It's upward, but I don't want to get any copyright strikes by Nintendo. Obviously, I'm not looking for that. But inside of here, and no, it's not a fan game. This is how it works. They are both sold separately. Straight upgradable 3DS remakes and N64 games. They will be announcing more legacy games in the future for Zelda, Donkey Kong Country, and Mario. And yeah, when it comes to Zelda, the problem with Zelda is that that last big Zelda game was only released a couple years ago. And I think the best idea to quote unquote tie people over is to remake older Zelda games. Okay, that's what they did between Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. They released Skyward Sword HD, and I think that's what they're gonna do with the Switch era. So there are some people who are saying that the games that deserve remake. There are four games you can give remakes to for Zelda. You know, first is Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, but I think the problem is those games are too recent. But also then you have the 3DS remakes of Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. But those games have never really gotten the free remake HD treatment like Wind Waker and Twilight Princess does. And I really think that an HD version of Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask would sell well. Of course, it wouldn't sell as well as, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, but it would make Zelda fans happy enough because, again, those games, I think, new people will be able to play them and older fans will be able to play them again as well here. As a lot of remakes ports have sold very, very well on the Switch. Okay. And we have basically exhausted ourselves out of the Wii U, but there's still the whole Wii era, the whole 3DS era, the whole GameCube era. Well, we're just trying to tap into that era too. Even N64, and heck, they can even remake NES and SNES games and Game Boy Advance games into HD as well. Okay, Nintendo has a long category of games. Heck, they could also even remaster Switch games, which I know is not my most, favorable thing to do, but it is easy money for people who did not buy a Switch for some weird reason, but will buy a Switch 2 for some strange reason, or people who just want to play the game again on upgraded graphics as well. For example, people who bought, many of the Wii U games, even if they already owned the Wii U, but also they realized how successful these games could have been if they were on a system that actually sold well. So that is it about this video here. And yeah, I am somewhat concerned about Nintendo. Like, Nintendo has made some strange choices, like especially in that directive with the whole digital selling game. But again, you don't have to buy games digitally. That's just the main thing about that. That it's just those making it easier option for people to sell games online as well. Goodbye.